Hello and welcome to the Spotlight on Food and Health Communications, your number one go-to media source for credible and timely health information. Victor Wabari is my name. Today on the Spotlight, we are looking at the topic seizure. That is what the Spotlight will be on. We want to talk about seizures. Now, what are seizures? Seizures are changes in the brain's electrical activity. These changes can cause traumatic, noticeable symptoms or no symptoms at all. The symptoms of a severe seizure include violent shaking and a loss of control because some seizures can lead to injury or be a sign of an underlying medical condition, and it's important to seek treatment if you experience them. What are the types of seizures? The three major types are focal onset seizures, generalized onset seizures, and the unknown onset seizures. Let's start off with the first one, the focal onset seizures. The focal onset seizures occur in only one of the brain. People may also refer to these as spatial seizures. Focal onset seizures can start in small areas of the brain, such as single lobe, but can affect large areas. Medical professionals typically split focal onset seizures into two types: focal aware seizures and focal awareness impaired seizures. The focal aware seizures. During a focal aware seizure, you will remain fully conscious and be aware that something is happening, even if you do not recognize it is a seizure. The symptoms of a focal aware seizure would depend on which part of the brain the seizure starts. Focal aware seizures may be singular events but can also develop into other types of seizures. For this reason, people often refer to them as warnings or hours. Now let's look at the focal impaired awareness seizures. This type of seizures affects your consciousness. During a focal impaired awareness seizure, you may not be able to move, talk, or hear as you did before. You may also not be able to remember the event. Focal impaired awareness seizure can last for up to 2 minutes. This type of seizures typically affects a larger portion of the brain than focal awareness seizure. Now let's look at the generalized onset seizures. This seizure starts in both sides of the brain simultaneously. Among the more common types of generalized seizures are tonic and clonic. Now, the tonic seizures will result in your muscles stiffening up, while the clonic seizures, the convulsions in clonic seizures may cause abnormal, jerky movements of your limbs. You will likely lose consciousness during the seizures that can last for a few minutes. And also the tonic clonic. The tonic clonic seizures include a combination of both tonic and clonic symptoms. We also have the myoclonic. During a myoclonic seizures, you may experience sudden muscle spasms. These are typically too short-lived to affect consciousness and pass quickly. The myoclonic seizures may be of generalized onset as well as focal onset. Now we also have the absence. People may also refer to these as petit mal seizures. Absent seizure lasts for only a few seconds. This can cause you to blink repeatedly or stare into space. Other people may mistakenly thinking you're daydreaming. It also happens. We also have the atonic. During atonic seizures, your muscles suddenly go limp. Your head may nod or your entire body could fall to the ground. Atonic seizures are brief, lasting about 15 seconds. People may refer to the seizure as drop attacks. Now, let's come to the unknown onset seizures. Sometimes, no one witnesses the beginning of a seizure. For example, someone may wake up in the middle of the night and observe their partner having a seizure. This often means there's insufficient evidence for medical professionals to diagnose the root cause of a seizure. In these instances, they will define the seizure as an unknown onset seizure. Now, what are the symptoms of a seizure? You can experience both focal and generalized seizures simultaneously, or one can happen before the other. The symptoms can last anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes per episode. Sometimes, symptoms occur before the seizure takes place. This include number one, a sudden feeling of fear or anxiousness. Number two, a feeling of being sick to your stomach. Number three, dizziness. Number four, a change in vision. Number five, a jerky movement of the arms and legs that may cause you to drop things. Number six, an out-of-body sensation. Number seven, a headache. Number eight, a déjà vu. Signs that indicate a seizure is in progress include 1. Losing consciousness, followed by confusion. 2. Having uncontrollable muscle spasms. 3. Drooling or frothing at the mouth. 4. Falling. 5. Having a strange taste in your mouth. 6. Clenching your teeth. 7. Biting your tongue. 8. Having sudden rapid eye movements. 9. Making unusual noises such as grunting. 10. Losing control of bladder or bowel function. 11. Having sudden mood changes. Now, having known the symptoms and the signs of a seizure, the next question is, what causes seizures? I need you to know that seizures can stem from several health conditions. Anything that affects the body also may disturb the brain and lead to a seizure. Some examples include, number 1, alcohol withdrawal. Number 2, a brain infection such as meningitis. Number 3, a brain injury during childbirth. Number 4, a brain defect present at childbirth. Number 5, choking. Number 6, substance use. Number 7, substance withdrawal. Number 8, an electrolyte imbalance. Number 9, electric shock. Number 10, epilepsy. Number 11, extremely high blood pressure. 12, fever. 13, head trauma. 14, kidney or liver failure. 15, low blood glucose level. 16, a stroke. 17, a brain tumor. 18, vascular abnormality in the brain. Now, seizures can run in families as well. So you need to tell your doctor if you or anyone in your family has a history of seizures. In some instances, especially with young children, the cause of the seizure may be unknown. Now, what are the effects of seizures? Living with epilepsy and experiencing repeatedly seizures can have both short and long-term effects. These can range from a drop in quality of life to increased risk of mental health conditions. Now let's start off with the short-term effects. Some seizures can cause you to lose total control of your body. This can lead to falls and other movements that can result in injury. People with epilepsy typically have more physical issues, such as bruising and fractures, than people without the condition. Being prone to seizures may also affect your quality of life. For example, you may no longer be able to drive. You may want to avoid situations where a seizure could cause serious harm, such as swimming or traveling alone. And it's important to wear a medical identification bracelet that tells emergency responders that you have epilepsy. Now let's look at the long-term effects. If you do not get treatment for seizures, their symptoms can become worse and progressively last longer. Prolonged seizures can lead to coma or even death. While death as a direct result of seizures is rare, the risk of premature death in people with epilepsy is up to 3 times higher than in the general populace. Living with epilepsy and seizures can also have an impact on your mental health. People with epilepsy have, a higher rate of bipolar, of disorder and depression than people without the condition. Now, how are seizures diagnosed? All these and more I will talk about in the next episode. Do join me on Thursday as we go further a step into seizures. For now, it's bye for now. Do not forget once again to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, and leave your comments in the comment section below. I always say to you, a healthy life is a happy life. Keep staying healthy.